At the turn of the 19th century, the sea was both a promise and a peril, a vast canvas of possibility and uncertainty. Among the many tales spun by sailors around flickering lantern lights was that of the Flying Dutchman, a formidable and enigmatic ship. Known to conquer the wildest waves and outpace the swiftest gales. Commodore Hendrik Van Rijn, the ship's bold and daring captain, was just as legendary. Every sailor worth his salt knew their names, though few had glimpsed them with their own eyes. The Dutchman crew was a fire-forged ensemble. First mate Lars, whose heart was as steady as his hand, quartermaster Matthias, who navigated not by stars alone, but by some instinct too intricate to name, and boatswain Garrett, muscles like iron and a voice like thunder. They had charted nearly every ocean and survived even the fiercest storms. Yet, their ambitions grew greater with each voyage, as if the sea itself dared them to uncover its deepest secrets. One fateful evening, as the sun's final embers sank below the horizon, the crew gathered round a gilded chest that they had hoisted aboard from a half-submerged wreck. It looked as though it had endured countless tempests, yet it was imbued with an otherworldly glow. Upon opening the chest, they discovered a magnificent chronometer, gleaming despite years of submersion. Hendrik's eyes sparkled as he held the prized chronometer aloft. "This," he announced, "will guide us through uncharted waters and take us to places no man has ever been." From the moment they brought the chronometer aboard, the seas around the Flying Dutchman grew ever more unpredictable. Stars rearranged themselves into incomprehensible constellations, and familiar sea routes twisted into unrecognizable labyrinths. Days bled into nights, and nights into days. Reality felt like a delicate veil that could tear at any moment. Hendrik became consumed by the chronometer, its beauty and mystery wrapping themselves around his imagination. He scrutinized the device day and night. One night, with the wind howling like a beast in agony, the chronometer began to glow with an eerie luminescence. Lars, Matthias, and Garrett watched, their faces illuminated by its unnatural light, as Hendrik's eyes filled with some dark knowledge. "We are nearing the edge," Hendrik declared, his voice tinged with both awe and dread. "The edge?" Matthias questioned, his tone challenging but uncertain. "The edge of our world," Hendrik continued, his grip tightening around the chronometer. "Beyond which lie realms unknown, places spoken of in whispers among ancient mariners and seen by none who have ever returned." A torrent of ghastly possibilities swept through the minds of the crew, yet they were bound to follow their captain, for their fates were irrevocably intertwined. The chronometer began vibrating with a life of its own. The sea beneath them roared to life, as though the very oceans were be. Fog as thick as wool wrapped around the Flying Dutchman, swallowing every shred of moonlight and casting the ship into an all-encompassing darkness.